2016 Nissan Rogue front strut and sway bar replacement. I got the vehicle jacked up with a jack stand and jack. There's a spot, as you can see, a little hole. This is the driver's side. That's where that hidden bolt is. You got 1, 2, and when you see my extension, that's the third bolt for the strut. Obviously, we're gonna have to make this magnetized or stick some paper or tissue or something in there so when we put the nut on it don't fall out. And then it's a rubber boot on this side. You pull that boot up and it allows you to get access to the third bolt there. So we're gonna crack these loose. 1, 2, 3. We're not gonna take them out, we're just cracking them loose. I'm gonna do that to both sides. That's a 13 millimeter. And I'll bring you back when we get to the next step. So now I got the wheel off, got a jack stand. I'll try to start with the hard stuff first. I try to get this bottom sway bar link out of this sway bar because we're doing the struts in the sway bar. I figure it's easier to remove this one in most cases because you only got to take one out. If you take this out, this top part can stay connected to the top part of the strut. So I'm gonna heat this up with a torch and see if I can get that out. So I got the lower sway bar link out using the 18 millimeter. The torch to help, and I use some locking pliers to lock on this part. Now we're gonna try taking out the rest of the stuff. So we'll come back to the top. I took out the one bolt here completely. That was in the back. Now I'm gonna loosen these. I didn't even loosen them yet. I'm gonna loosen them, and then I'm gonna loosen this large bolt going through. Let's see what size that is. All right, we're gonna use an 18 millimeter socket, breaker bar, and a wrench. We'll pull these ABS boots out of these retainers to give us a little bit more clearance. Alright, I'm back. My phone died. So I finished up the driver's side. I'm on the passenger side. So where I left off, I got the bolts, got the sway bar link out, all this ABS and brake lines disconnected, and I got all 3 bolts disconnected from the top. Now to get this strut out, you see I got the jack under there, got my jack stand. You're gonna have to take a hammer and hammer on his knuckle, and you will see it start to come down. The whole knuckle should come down. I'm gonna see if I can get a couple of whacks on camera. Just pay attention to the gap right here. I'm not sure if I could do it on camera. I might have to take you out and bring you back. See that watermark coming up? So we are moving. See that gap getting bigger? So I'm gonna keep doing that, and I'll bring you back when I get it out. Okay, if you're having a hard time getting yours to come out, it's a little wedge back there for the pinch bolt. Take a pry bar or a screwdriver and try and open up that right in here. Open that up. Alright, so I got mine out. As you can see, it's not going to be easy to just pull it out. You know, make sure your lines is out of the way. You have to step on a knuckle. You're probably going to need somebody to help you. I had somebody help me. Step on this whole knuckle, rotor and stuff, and pull it out. So that's how I got it out. So I got it out. The one on the right is the old one, but this is the driver's side. Notice the tabs are on different sides. They are side preference. You see it says FR, front right. This is the one I just got out. And if you line it up, that tab, and that tab is on the same side. Everything lines up. So we can put this one in. So the way you do this, you're gonna have to take this strut. You see how I'm gonna spray some more lubricant down here to help me out just a bit. The way you do this, you can't feed this strut up and drop and then bolt it up. You gotta take it, get the bottom in, put it up. Hold on, this monkey is heavy. You're gonna have to get it started like this. Hold on. You're gonna have to get it started like this. Step on this again and get this in first. You're not gonna be able to start the bolts at the top and step on this. It's just not, I don't know why, it's just not gonna give you the clearance. I find it easier to push this up in there, have somebody hold it up. Step on this, get this started, and then same technique. You're gonna hit on a knuckle here and force the strut up. And you'll notice it'll start coming down. Once you get it halfway started, you can remove your jack, come under the control arm, and help jack it up, and it should push it up. It may not push it all the way up, but it'll put enough tension on it. That way, if you keep hammering it, you will see this to come down. You'll see this coming down. Also, there's a little notch here that goes in between that pinch bolt opening. That way you know it's centered. And you will know when it's done because it'll come out through the bottom. So again, I'm gonna have somebody hold this up. I'm gonna step down on this and get this started first. Hammer the bottom to get that to drop down, and then you can jack it up and put your bolts in. Started. Alright, so I got mine started. I had to tap on this to rotate the strut so that that little pin right here can be straight lined up with that pinch bolt. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack the vehicle up. It might start to go up, but I'm going to tell you now, it may go up and then it's going to bow in or bow out. So I'm just going to jack it up so I can move my jack stand from here to under the lower control arm bracket here. That way I can take my jack and come up under the lower ball joint and help lift it up as I'm hammering under this knuckle. And it's going to be a process because it's only going to go but so far. So I'm going to get to hammering that up, get everything repositioned. So I got the jack stand under the lower control arm in that corner, and I got the jack under the lower ball joint. Now if you pay close attention, you should see that strut. I don't know if you can see right here, this little mark from the spray. It should start going up. Now I see it's going to try and pop out in the back. So now I'm going to have to start hammering it so it can go back in. If it's not moving, take a little tension off and just hammer on both sides and it will go up. I don't know if y'all can see because of the sun, but pay close attention to the bottom of that 9. You should see it getting closer to the bottom. It's going to be a long, slow process, but it is moving. I'm shaking, holding it with one hand and hammering with the other. Look how close that 9 done got to the bottom. But you're going to have to keep checking to make sure that pin in the back is going straight down. So we'll continue hammering till that get all the way down. Then we can take the pressure off. And once you take the pressure off, you should be able to move the strut so you can get the bolts lined up. I loosened the jack. Now I got motion, and I'm gonna get that lined up to get them bolts back in. So I went ahead and tightened up these 3 bolts at the top. I came down, I just tightened up this 1 bolt going through. Now you can push these in. I'm gonna spray these with silicone just so they can slide in easier. And then get your brake hose locking clip back in. We still got to do the sway bar link. So when doing the sway bar link, this goes in, the nut is away from you, and the top comes towards you. Just got to bend that straight and get that in. That's why I took the bottom one out. That way I didn't have to fight with the top one. If I'd have took the top one out, then I still would have had to take the bottom one out because I would have had to get it off of the sway bar. But since I just took the bottom out, I kept the top attached to the strut. As you can see right there. And just skipped the step of taking 2 bolts out. So I'm going to get that in there. Put the 2 nuts on. On this model, these are 19s instead of 18s. They were 18s coming off, 19s going on. Get those tightened down, and then I can put the wheel on. Ladies and gentlemen, I am done. If you stuck with me all the way through to the very end of the video, thank you. We are done. 2016 Nissan Rogue front strut and sway bar link replacement. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.